Okay, so you're done with the preliminary stages of planning your podcast. You developed your idea, found your topic, and picked a name for your show. You found your audience, studied your social media strategy, and are working on branding. You may also have purchased your gear and written your first episode. Now what? Well, you're ready to choose your podcast web host. Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. However, if this is your first time here, we help podcasters, entrepreneurs, content creators, and artists to successfully and creatively plan, produce, promote, and launch a podcast. On this video, I'm going to walk you through some options when choosing your podcast host, and also give you a few things to have in mind before settling on one. Finding a podcast host that fits your needs from the beginning will save you from big issues down the road. But before we move on, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell button to be notified of our weekly video releases. Okay, let's get to it.
I didn't mean to. Oh no.
A podcast host is a web service that holds the MP3 files of your podcast and generates an RSS feed. You need a web host because the different podcast players like Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast don't physically hold your MP3 files. What they do is to showcase your podcast RSS feed generated from your podcast host or website. And if you're confused by the term RSS feed, don't worry. This video right here will explain what a podcast RSS feed is. There are 3 different options when it comes to hosting a podcast. One option is using a podcast web host. There are many options, and we'll go over those in a minute. Another option is using your own website like Squarespace, Wix, or WordPress. Or you can combine both by having a website and embedding your podcast from your web host. Option number 1, using only a podcast web host. If you're new to podcasting and don't have a website, having only a web host for your podcast is a good option. Some of the factors that you need to consider are hosting fee and budget, analytics, attractive embed players and webpage, ease of use and intuitive dashboards or homepage, and also other benefits like assistance with distribution to different podcast players and monetizing opportunities. But what you're really looking for in a web host is the ability to log in, upload your MP3 files and your artwork, add your description, title, and press publish and be done with the process. Analytics are also a very important feature. Depending on your plan, you can have access to advanced analytics. Analytics like number of downloads, your listeners' geographic location, and what apps or devices they're using to listen to your podcast are crucial for tracking your progress, finding ways to monetize, and understand what content and marketing strategies are working. Also, if you're thinking about starting a podcast and don't know where to start, I have this free podcast jumpstart guide that you can download for free. I'll add the link to the pinned comment below. So here are our top 5 picks for 2019. Simplecast. Simplecast offers very attractive embed players. They make distribution to the different podcast directories very easy. Their user interface or dashboard are very intuitive, hip, and modern looking. Simplecast plans range from $15 a month for the basic plan and $85 a month for the growth plan. All the plans include basic analytics, but the higher tier plans include advanced analytics. They also have unlimited storage, and if you want to try it for free, they have a 14-day free trial. Okay, let's move on to Podbean. Podbean offers customizable websites with free themes that you can choose from, comprehensive podcast stats, and also ways to monetize through Patreon programs, Ads, premium sales of your exclusive content in video, audio, and PDF format. Podbean plans range from free, which is the basic plan. It allows you to upload 5 hours of audio, to $100 for the business plan. Podbean is also a podcast player with a mobile app that you can download to your Android or iOS device. Buzzsprout. Buzzsprout offers a website for your podcast, statistics depending on the plan, and custom embed players. They also provide an easy way to distribute your RSS to the different podcast directories. They have a very intuitive and easy to use dashboard. Their plans range from free, which is limited to 2 hours of audio each month. Episodes are hosted for 90 days for this plan, to $24 a month. Something to have in mind is that Buzzsprout has a limit to the number of hours you can upload of audio each month. If you want to upload more than what your plan allows you to upload, you will have to pay extra. Libsyn. Libsyn offers customizable embed players and user-friendly interfaces that allow episode scheduling. They also provide ways to monetize by selling subscriptions to your podcast and access to back catalogs, bonus episodes, and exclusive content in audio, video, and PDF format. Libsyn plans range from $5 to the classic plan to $150 for the advanced plan, depending on the amount of storage you need. Spreaker. Spreaker offers a user-friendly and modern dashboard, embed players, and basic stats. They have a mobile app that allows users to stream their podcast live on all social media platforms. They also have monetization features like ad sharing and dynamic ad insertion. Spreaker plans range from free to $45 a month. Option number 2. Using your own Squarespace, Wix, or WordPress website. Having your own website is really a must. This doesn't mean that you have to have one to start podcasting, as they do cost money. But having a website not only gives you authority and searchability, but it also acts as a hub for your podcast and all of your social media accounts. Having a website is very convenient and allows for more design options, and it is very handy when you decide that you want to repurpose your podcast into a blog or begin selling a product or merchandise. The other option you have with a website is to use your website to host your podcast. This is actually the option that we use, but it isn't the option that we would recommend. You will constantly hear Squarespace being advertised on podcasts as an all-around great web hosting solution, and it is in fact very convenient. It has modern and sleek-looking templates. It automatically resizes and optimizes your content seamlessly for each type of user device. Wix and WordPress are also great tools to create your own website. But when it comes to podcast hosting, we wouldn't recommend going this route. These website builders are designed for many other purposes besides just podcasting. So the process of hosting your podcast with them is less user-friendly and involves a little more headache and learning. Also, the main reason we wouldn't advise going with this option is because of their analytics. The analytics or podcast stats that are provided by these website services are not accurate or very helpful, and you will wind up needing to integrate a third-party app or plugin to get decent stats. This is what we do. With every podcast episode we upload to Squarespace, we have to add a redirect link to Blueberry so that Blueberry can provide stats for us. This is why we think the best option is the next one. Option number 3, website and web host. This is the best of the 3 options. Whatever your goals for your podcast are, you should plan and set systems up anticipating growth. Like I mentioned, your website is the hub and storefront of your personal brand or business. In the future, you may want to expand your reach and create a blog, YouTube videos, courses, events, bringing a lot of traffic to your site. Having everything on your website may cause it to slow down. Also, you want to have access to advanced analytics the more your show grows. We've done this with multiple clients, and our favorite combination is Squarespace and Simplecast. This combination can be costly, especially if you don't have clear ways on how to monetize from your podcast. So if this isn't in your budget yet, we recommend you to try the following. Secure your domain name. This is the custom URL for your podcast. For example, www.tangowithveronica.com. You can purchase your domain from GoDaddy for $1 for the first year and $18 a year after that. After you secure your domain, choose a podcast host. And then as you grow and when you're ready, choose a website service and apply your domain name. Then add your embed player from your podcast host to your new website. Okay, Podskis, that was a lot of information to digest. Remember that taking baby steps is better than taking no steps. So start today building your show. Also, after you have binge watched all of our videos, head over to our Facebook group, Podcasting for Buses, so you can mingle with other podcasters. But before you go, the same 2 things. Don't forget to subscribe and no olviden hacer la tarea. Happy casting, amigos!